to another edition of American Ninja Warrior, where we put the toughest movements to the test. On this segment in Sports Science 1322, we were doing a skill analysis on the somersault.
Hey, how's it going? Hey man, let's go do some somersaults.
Our participant today is Jeremy Lee. He's a college student, has 10 years of soccer experience, no severe injuries, however has one minor injury, a pulled psoas muscle.
A somersault is an acrobatic exercise in which a person's body rotates 360 degrees around a horizontal axis, with the feet passing over the head.
Now let's see our participant do a somersault. Now let's break down that somersault into its phases of movement.
So the four phases of movement are preparation, force production, the critical instant, and lastly, the follow-through. So this is the preparation phase, and this phase is from standing until the hands touch the ground. So the preparation movement is from until the hands touch the ground. You want to start by having your hands up and forward in front of you, then just onto the side of your knees. Feet should be shoulder width apart and hands put out in front of you as if you were falling. A common error is that the hands could be too far ahead, or the feet could be too far wide, or too narrow, resulting in a lack of balance when landing. So here is the force production phase. From hands touching the ground until the critical instant. Your hands making contact with the firm ground. As your hands make contact with the ground, tucking your head with a chin to chest connection, as your head is what you are trying to protect from the external damage as you are doing this rolling movement. Push through with your hands to roll yourself over. A common error is when the head is not tucked in, leading to pain or injury on the head or neck. Also, not tucking in the head can make this movement difficult to do. So here is a critical instant. When making contact with the upper back or the upper trapezius, the head and neck should be tucked in. The only part of the body that should be making contact with the ground is your hands and back. While rolling, you will push off to power yourself through the movement in order to roll. A common error is not pushing off or not having enough power to push off. This will then lead to you falling over midway through the movement, as there is not enough power to propel you through over. So lastly, here is the follow-through movement, from rolled on the back until standing. When the somersault is completed, begin to place your arms in front of you to help assist with balance. Using the roll momentum, you want to drive your body upwards, squat upwards, and then stand straight up. You want to land in a motorcycle position before standing up. A common error is not placing your arms in front of you will make it difficult for you to balance after the movement. Your arms are placed in front of you to help you balance so you do not fall over. Do not extend your knees as you get up. So the roll was very controlled and contained, in other words, did not open up. Head and neck were protected at all times. The balance was good. Standing up at the end of the movement with good balance showed excellent balance.
One major error we found in our participant's somersault was that he did not roll along a straight line and that he rolled on a slight angle. A couple minor errors we also saw in the subject were that his feet were not shoulder width apart and he did not land in a motorcycle position in the follow-through phase. These are minor as he did have good balance throughout the somersault. A correction activity to help roll along a straight line in a somersault is through repetitive practice while focusing on a few key components. These include keeping equal weight on both arms when pushing off, and also making sure both hands are parallel to each other while being equally bent at the same time. Practicing these aspects of the somersault can be done safely on a gymnastics mat or on a wedge mat to make it easier for the participant. Ideally, you would want a second set of eyes watching your technique while you practice to ensure you have proper form and to give you immediate feedback. They can be a gymnastics coach or just someone knowledgeable in what a proper somersault looks like in order to give you the best feedback possible.